Hey everyone, welcome back for this Throwback Thursday. So today I'm sharing with you probably one of my first successful negative space swipes. So the first color I'm putting down is Interference Red with Gold Sparkle from Colourarte. One of my favorite combinations. And I'm using a black pillow. At the time I was using black onyx from Walmart Color Place. Um, which is a good black pillow. I don't think that they're making that right now. So as you can see, I'm being pretty heavy-handed with this because I know how amazing interference colors look on a dark surface. So this is Quinacridone Magenta, and I mixed gold and an Atelier because I had both mixed up and I was trying to use up paint. So at the time I was making this for this art swap that we used to do, and I had drawn Garrick Brown's name, and I wasn't sure what to do, but somewhere I had read or heard him say that he liked Paynes gray and magenta together. So this is Paynes gray from Colourarte, beautiful primary element. So anyway, that's why I chose these colors. I thought it's relatively simple, and I was going to use a copper cell activator. So with my cell activator, I had opened a tube of Atelier Interactive, and the paint had like separated, and so what I had first tried to make a cell activator out of was kind of gloppy and too thick. And so I used some of my Amsterdam that I already had mixed up, and I used some Blickrylic copper. And so my cell activator is kind of a weird combination, but it worked with Australian Floetrol. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to load the cell activator on my palette knife, and then I'll swipe either side. I haven't done a negative space swipe in quite a while. I need to do another one. But anyway, I love the way this turned out. I love the shimmer of the interference colors, and I love the magenta with the Paynes gray. I just think on a black background it was so cool looking. So I thought this would be a fun one to share with you for Throwback Thursday. So if you're new here, I have been pulling some of my favorites from previous videos to share with you guys because I've been really swamped and I haven't really been able to create anything. But I do occasionally like to go back and look at things that when I like the way they turned out and kind of see what I did. And this is one of them. Sorry about my big head in the way. I really love the way this one turned out. It's really simple, but it's very sparkly. And I love the color combination. So anyway, I thought I would share that with you. The resin results, I don't know if I have that video anymore to share with you to see how it turned out at the end. But if I do, I'll tack it onto the end of this video because it's really pretty when you can see the colors resined and up close. So now we're just doing the same thing on the other side. The difficult thing with a negative space swipe like this is not having just a line straight across with some squigglies in it. You kind of want to have some variation. Now, when you spin it and tilt it or whatever, you're going to get some of that variation. But that was one of the most challenging things for me when I first started doing negative space swipes is how do I keep them from just looking like a snake crawling across a wood round, you know? And um, and then, you know, sometimes I super love funky negative space swipes, but most of the successful ones come from a fail that you just keep working until you get it right. So when people do some really cool funky ones on purpose, I'm always impressed because there you can see the pop of cells there. I don't know why I'm making us dizzy, um, but yeah, I'm always a little impressed when they are able to accomplish that on purpose because mine always happen sort of by accident. So you can see kind of what I'm trying to do here is tilt it so I can get some movement in the middle, but all that's really moving is the pillow paint around it, not what I want to move. So yeah, may not be a success, but that's what I'm trying to do. It's starting to move a little bit. So I'm trying to get some movement out of the middle. The bad thing is I am running the risk of it kind of folding over on itself and giving me some funky cell structure, and I don't want that. So, but I was still pretty inexperienced with these at this point. I had done some swipes, but I hadn't really done very many negative space swipes. So I was really still learning. So this is kind of a good one to share, just because it's, we're always learning, right? But I love how copper looks on a black background. I love how that interference color just creates like this nice pop of like a bright interference color that peeks through on those cells. I just love the way they work with cells. Anyway, yeah, you'll see in a second as we spin this out, it does turn out nice. But for a second there, I thought I was going to destroy the middle. Even rewatching it's making me nervous. But I do think it turns out very lovely. And, for a fairly early on negative space swipe, for me, I really did like the outcome. And the resin result was really beautiful. So I hope that you enjoy it. I have been enjoying kind of going back and finding some of these videos that I really liked so that I can share them with you, because they're fun to see, and it's fun to see kind of the process. This was probably a couple years ago at this point. So you can see we're starting to see some nice movement on the edges. The inside is a little bit more narrow, but overall I really like it. I did find the resin result, so I'm going to see if I can add it here without messing up the screen resolution, because I recorded it in a different size. So we'll see. So you can see I'm really trying to get away from that horizontal line. I'm getting there, but I am, so what I've kind of learned since then is lay your paint down, not in a horizontal line. And then when you swipe it and move it, you've already kind of created some movement. So, but I have obviously hadn't figured that out when I did this. So sorry, I keep putting my big head in the way. So I sort of had it tilted a little bit, and then I basically just moved it right back to where it was. That's okay. The end result still turns out really lovely after I make us dizzy a little bit here. I'm spinning it the other direction. And it's opening up nicely. We're starting to see some nice movement in the middle, so I think we're finally getting somewhere. It does look like my pillow paint was a little thick. Normally this pillow is a little thinner, but normally it would have given me a little bit more play, you know what I mean? So now I'm tilting down a little bit because I kind of got everything too high up, trying to get some movement in the middle. So you see me tilting down. So a lot of tilting and stuff in this one, probably made this video a little bit too long, but I do really like the way it turned out. And for me, it was kind of a first, it was at least one of my first, maybe not my first, but I really just, I loved how simple it was. We've only got the 3 colors and the Cell Activator, but just a lot of beautiful depth in it. So anyway, I hope that you are enjoying the Sunday rewinds and the Throwback Thursdays until I'm able to create something. If you want to let me know what you think in the comments, that's wonderful. Don't forget to check the description box. There's wonderful discounts in the description box. So 20% off of Colourarte using Mandy1120. Now we got some movement. And then I have a discount for Australian Floetrol using Mandy10 in all caps for pixel paint designs. When we do the close-up, you're going to see some of the cells, little clusters of cells are really, really cool. Like that one right there. Yeah, anyway, for Chaos Resin, there's all kinds of stuff in there, so please don't forget to check it out. Yeah, so I'm going to bring you down shortly for a close-up so you can see. We can see right here where I'm finally starting to see that middle open up, and that's really from just spinning the heck out of it, you know. But I like the movement we're getting now, so I might have even gone a little bit too crazy. That's a pretty quick spin. But I also had some pillow paint in the center I kind of needed to get off so that we didn't have any cracking. So, and that's what I'm doing now, is making sure we have enough paint off. And yeah, so let me show you up close how this turns out. And then I will add that resin result to the end of the video. I love that little cluster of cells right there to the right. I love the definition of those cells. They're almost like ghost cells with color in them. They're just really cool. So yeah. All right, so here we are for our close-up. I love the way the copper almost looks kind of ethereal around the design. I love those tiny little cells like right here. I love the way the interference color sort of plays into the background, but it also helps define the cells. Just really like the interest in this one. And I love that little pocket of cells right here. I mean, it's simple, right? But I really liked it. So you'll have to let me know what you think. And I haven't done a negative space swipe in a long time. So I really like to do them, but I just haven't done one. Look at those little cells, how cute they are. And you can see the interference red reflecting in the background. When the light hits that, it almost looks kind of pink, but it's that interference red and gold sparkle. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this one. I love this like little watercolor look of copper down here on the bottom right. So I really have enjoyed kind of going back in time a little bit and sharing those things with you guys. If you're new, please let me know you're here. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, thanks for joining me on this little adventure. And stay tuned for what I hope will be a close-up of the resin results so you can see how it resins and see those colors really pop. All right, guys, so here's a close-up so you can see what it looks like under resin. The colors just really look fabulous together. I love the interference. It almost looks like it glows sometimes next to black. But yeah, um, I think it's pretty. I like it. You have to let me know what you think. This was a 12-inch wood round, and I really liked it. Not too bad for one of my first few tries. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Have a great day.